harm. Does everyone know what a lionfish and a snakehead looks like?
Yeah.
Lionfish kind of looks like one of those fish that survived a paper cutter. And then a snakehead is kind of like a half snake, half fish with teeth. Pretty aggressive, not very friendly. So the invasive lionfish and the snakeheads were introduced by aquarium owners dumping or fishing these creatures, and they have threatened fish and environment in the U.S. Atlantic coastal waters. These species are capable of causing extinctions of native plants and animals, reducing biodiversity, competing with native organisms for limited resources, and altering habitats. Zebra mussels, also, are notorious for biofouling capabilities for colonizing water supply pipes of hydroelectric and nuclear power plants, public water supplies, and industrial facilities. They colonize pipes, constricting flow, therefore reducing the intake of heat exchangers, condensers, firefighting equipment, and air conditioning and cooling systems. Zebra mussels' densities were as high as 700,000 meters squared at one power plant in Michigan, and the diameters of pipes were reduced to 2/3 of the water treatment facilities. I'm a waterman. I live on the water, I work in the water, I live and work around science. As a commercial scuba diver, my business adheres to the Anne Arundel County Health Department's guidelines not to enter the water for 48 hours following a heavy rain. Why, you ask? Because of predicted elevated bacteria levels of rainwater runoff and increased health risks. Note to self. Science is all around me. Scott Pruitt, the new chief of the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency, yes, I'm going there, has rejected the international scientific consensus that human-caused global warming. However, working in the water, we commercial divers are experiencing extended diving seasons. Last year, I experienced sustained water temperatures of over 80 degrees for over 3 months. When rain occurs during this elevated water temperature, the bay experiences algae blooms and subsequent fish kills. Francis Collins, a physician and genetic behind the Human Genome Project, is also the director of the U.S. National Institute of Health. He's also the founder of Biologos Foundation, a group that fosters discussions around the intersection of Christianity and science. There we go. He says I'm privileged to be somebody who tries to understand nature using the tools of science. But it's also clear that there are some really important questions that science cannot really answer, such as, why is there something instead of nothing? Why are we here? In those domains, I have found that faith provides a better path to answers. I find it oddly anachronistic that in today's culture there seems to be a widespread presumption that scientific and spiritual views are incompatible. At the most fundamental level, it's a miracle that there's a universe at all. It's a miracle that has order, fine-tuning that allows the possibility of complexity, and laws that follow precise mechanical formulas. So getting back to the invasive species theme, as a society, we have recently been exposed to an invasive species.
It's a 501c3 religious organization.
Oh, yes. Okay. The fabric of our society, our ecosystem, under consideration has been flooded with administration people who lacks consideration for the widespread presumption of scientific and spiritual views, whose job will likely cause us harm. Mr. Collins continues, contemplating this miracle, an open-minded observer is almost forced to conclude that there must be a mind behind all this. To me, that qualifies as a miracle, a profound truth that lies outside of scientific explanation. I'm not a scientist, but I believe in science. And it's lack of explanation that makes me feel that science and faith can be complementary. And that is my statement of fact.